Well, God bless you. I am Bishop Jerry Demmer, and I, again, am the overseer of the One Accord Movement Ministry, as well as the pastor of the Absolute Word Church.
And Keith Parker, I'm the chair of House District 42 and CEO of Parker Stokes Mental Health Foundation.
All right, all right. Well, Keith, it's just wonderful to be here with you.
Yes, sir.
To talk
Same
about
here.
such an important issue. When we start talking about Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and we're celebrating him upon this week, but we celebrate him every day.
Yes, sir.
From what he did in the movement. And now we're excited about there's some new curriculum that we're trying to make sure to go into the schools because of nonviolence, because of the way Dr. Martin Luther King used nonviolence to get very important things done, like voting rights, like
Yes.
rights to be able to sit on the front of the bus. He did so many important things, but he did it with nonviolence. You know something about that because you also deal with politics.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I feel that that is the best structure that you can come up with is nonviolence and getting the youth to understand all the things that you mentioned and the other things that people could write a book about, which books have been wrote about. But we need to get that into the hands of the youth so they can carry on the torch after we have done our parts.
Absolutely. I think that's great. I think that the other part of that is social justice. So when we're talking about nonviolent social justice, we have to have people that stand up for doing the right thing. That's what social justice means.
That's right.
Do the right thing for society.
That's right.
And that's another thing that we know Dr. Martin Luther King, he mirrored. He taught us how to stand up for our rights, yet we can do that without murder.
Right.
We can do that without violence. We can do that without burning down things.
That's right.
And we think that needs to be taught because a lot of things that we see happening today, when it comes to protests, that's not the model for Martin Luther King.
No.
That's not the model that he left. He never pushed anything being burned or any people being hurt. And so we need to learn in school. What did Martin Luther King teach us when it came to nonviolent social justice?
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I feel that we definitely need to keep that at the forefront, get the legislatures to come into that agenda and listen to the churches and listen to the community and have different organizations and committees, if we need be, to keep that whole understanding what you just laid out and make sure that is propagated on to the youth. And once that is done, the legislatures will have no choice but to take what you say as this is what we need to do. This is what we have to do to keep coming together as a community and heal.
Yes.
We must heal. That is
Yes.
the whole thing about a community, healing together. So the legislation must hear what the churches are saying. They must hear what the community is saying.
Absolutely. I certainly can concur. And so we certainly are here together. We're here walking together and saying that this is very important curriculum for our children, most of all, for our future.
That's right.